All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Damage Control. This is Mookie, joined with Delgarn and Darth Beaver. And we are going to go ahead and break down another week of Marvel Strike Force. Just talk about what went on with us personally last week, what's up on the horizon, and our plans for the near future here. And hopefully you guys enjoy the show. And hey, what's up, Jazz? Thanks for checking us out here on Twitch and apparently on YouTube. But yeah, let's introduce the gentleman. What's up, Darth? How are you doing, buddy?
Doing great. Good morning.
Morning, and Dale, how are you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Good. All right, and welcome, Hugh Jazz. What's up? Good morning, bud. Um, yeah, we were just chit chatting here a little bit about the big event that's going on, and I'm not gonna have the guys repeat themselves too much. We're just kind of breaking down little tips as far as on what's helping us get through these runs. I and Darth, and it's kind of interesting perspective. I mean, Darth and I are in the same shoes as far as having the 6-star opportunity of getting into difficulty 14 runs. Dale was on the other side. What is yours at 5 stars, Dale, or where would you say your those
Not
characters are
five
at?
stars. Uh, um,
Oh no.
if I only required, I have it 6 stars, just black and white.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
You're broken out a little bit, but I think you said like so. You're only 6-1 is Black Knight, but the rest are 5 stars.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I get you into a difficulty 12.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So what we're chit chatting about, and this is kind of where the best thing. I know I didn't upload the video, but Darts kind of had a good sentiment and just kind of repeating a little bit. It's like the well, I'll just let you talk about it again. I mean, you haven't had the most fun again on this, or what's your whole opinion on this Old Man Logan event, Darth?
Um,
And I'm thinking of Plank, you and
it was.
Plank.
You thinking of Fearic?
Oh, was
That's
it
what you're
Fury?
thinking of.
The other P.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The other P. It sucks a little bit. You and I are the only guys in our whole alliance that can do difficulty 14, which by default then means that you and I are going to be the top two in our alliance to get scores. Uh, the fun has been gated, so I paid enough money that I had fun. Difficulty 14 was fun for me, but it cost me money. It was a pretty big entrance fee for me to have that kind of fun. And I don't think Dell's having nearly as much fun. And Fearic, I know, isn't having nearly as much fun because we used to compete. We used to post screenshots and do our very best to one up the other guy for the whole week of Scourge, and it felt like it was a whole lot of fun for the two of us in particular. I know other guys had fun doing it too, but like there was another level of competitiveness within our own alliance that's gone because some people spend their money more wisely than I do. Basically, so that part of it's not very fun. Kind of sucks. Like the things I'm telling you, like the tips and tricks I'm telling you, like yeah, they'll work for everybody else, but they'll work tenfold for people that can't do it at 6 star. So I don't know. It sucks. It sucks. Overall, I think it sucks still. Even though I'm going to get a 6 yellow, 5 red Old Man Logan at the end, it sucks because there's a big chunk of fun that they took out for me. If they just took out the stargating and left everything else the same, I think it would be fine.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, the tips and things that was going on within it all. Well, first, were you able to clear this 15 milestone with
No,
that?
no,
No.
you're not getting that without 7. I'm
Okay.
still like 800,000 short or something. My score is 12, 730, 985. So yeah, I'm 800 or 700 and something K away from getting that. And there's no way to get that with efficiency.
Okay. So the run that I was trying to go through, but I'm going to be more focused on this last day. I did wait it out. I wasn't doing runs every day because I just, yeah, that's what I've done in the past. I'll just kind of go in there, unlock the character, wait, see where the scores are, and then I'll start the late runs. And so I did all the, where am I trying to get at? Yeah, over here. So basically I did the, all the, what do you call them again? The packs? I don't even, wait, no, I did all this, but the health packs as far as the scourges, and then here this is my first time going to get Mephisto. So when he dropped, I wasn't really properly prepared for him, so I just ended up dying. But I'm gonna restart it, do it one more time, and see if I can get higher. But I mean, you did it with the health packs, and was there a lot of resets for you on that? When or not really?
No.
No.
Like
Okay.
it's the resets came on the hero skill nodes,
Skill right here, right? Okay.
and it wasn't really resets as much as it was burns, just like you said there. That's what I told you I did last night. I came in with a couple burns just to get the lizard ults down so that I could complete it.
Yeah, and that's
Because
exactly
that
what
node's
happened.
definitely hard. I think that's the hardest node in the whole scourge,
Okay, and
or in the
then
whole trial, whatever this is called.
okay,
No, and I'll say here, and for the villains, use your 3 cabals plus sus and apoc. Get the best efficiency you can. Walk over those villain nodes. Yeah, that's you can basically get through those nodes by using the basics on your cabals. You can use them as cooldown nodes, as your cooldown refreshers. So that's what I did with them, and it made for a pretty fast score because then you're just souping up your apoc and your scroll to one-shot waves.
okay, that's what I do. And then I don't know. Did you have any certain teams on that cosmic bio? I don't know if you still have
I
it.
had Korg. That was the only difference, is I had Korg there.
Oh, okay.
And
Instead of
Korg has some
the
nice turn meter rewind instead of photon.
oh, instead of full
So
time.
Korg's special and his ultimate do turn meter rewinds, and one of them's AoE turn meter rewind, which are kind of nice. But again, it's the scroll show. If you got scroll and you got them unlocked, it's just get through the nodes and kill everybody with scroll.
Yeah. And then okay, I went all Spider Society in the
Full
second
full
Heroes.
full Spider Society, yeah. Like node 4 is by far the hardest.
What happened here? I must have died. I did something.
Yeah, you did.
I wasn't paying attention.
But
But
then
that's
you
the
came
villain.
back
But
and
that's going
played it.
back what you
So
said. The
wherever
Cabal.
you left
Okay.
it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Okay. And then you get it ready for the last one. All right, cool. All right, well that's that. We'll see what happens. You know, good luck to everybody that's running that event. It's down to the wire, and I think what is it? Yeah, a day and 8 hours left. So it's gonna end up on Monday during reset period. So that's that. What else? I forgot to make notes here. I guess we'll recap a little bit of our Cosmic Crucible. And what you end up finishing your rankings, Dale? I think you went
2-1.
2-1. Yeah, so did I. 2-1. I think I'm trying to. Was it also where you got the? Did you make it all the way up to the finals, like 2-0?
Yes.
Okay. And then I think, yeah, we both got crushed on the last one. I think we both shared the same difficulty on room 2. So I don't want to talk about that one, dude. Actually, I kind of do. I keep thinking back on that. And speaking of Cabal, I really should have pulled them away from the Spider Society. That's where I used my Cabal. And I keep, I'm just, frustrated that I wasn't slowly, properly, giving the respect that I needed to with that APOC Secret Defender. And I should have put Cabal into 2 with whatever villains, moved. And because you know what happened is I had Hive Mind still left over, and I should have thrown the Hive Mind with APOC against the Spider Society. Because I ended up using Squirrel for the other villain room, whatever that was. Because I think I remember you sharing a screenshot, which I could pull it up, but like Darth, that was the one thing that she said. Normally you run Sus with Hive, right? Against that Spider Society?
Yes. Yeah,
And
because it does the trick, and Spider Society is scary, man.
yeah, that's what I'm
Let's just be
saying.
honest. They're a scary team. So yeah, I did. I screwed up and accidentally took my APOC in with my Hive Mind, and they beat it, but it just left for the rest of my match. It did not play out the way I wanted it to.
There it is. And that's what I mean. That's what happens when little pieces of the puzzle, if it's broken a certain way with whatever offensive lineup you go, and then you're just kind of plugging in. And that's that's what happened on my last match. I was like, oh shit. I didn't have things ready to clear a room. And it hurt. I felt the same stomach pains that Walking Hate has during that period. And oh well. But yeah, so this is the defense I'm running with right now, going into it.
Your tummy hurt.
My tummy hurted, man, when I kept realizing that I was not going to clear a room. Did you do any changes, Dale, on your defense, or are you kind of leaving it as is?
I left it as is right now. I'm still thinking on it.
Yeah. How about for you, Darth? Any changes?
We talked about it midweek. I think mine looks very similar to yours. Scroll over. Yeah, we have identical rooms right now.
Oh, wow. Okay. Like, wow, everything? Like, you don't have anything plugged in?
No, I have Wolverine still instead of Dormammu in 2. And I guess my Dormammu is in place of your Cyclops in 3.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah, I have Infinity Watch in 1, Old Man Logan in 2, Extreme in 3, Out of Time, Full Out of Time in 4, Superior 6 without Lizard and Vulture in. So we are a little bit different, but the core is the same.
Yeah. I gotta move this out of the way. It's a big deal. So, like, what I use in a counter on this particular team is that Eternals with big time.
Hmm.
And so it makes it easier when Captain America's next to that Black Knight. Just
Right.
because of the AoE or
The taunt.
the taunt, and he gets some spread attacks with certain characters. Anyways, all right, cool. There's that, and then what else? I don't have any notes. I'm trying to think. What did we do last week? Here
Do
we
you want
go.
to talk about Mephisto getting buffed?
Oh no, yeah, you could bring that up. I mean, I don't.
Hugh did. I'm just looking at the Discord,
Yeah.
the Twitch there.
See
That's a
this. I guess yeah. So we'll kind of talk about it. It's interesting because it is related to Cosmic Crucible, and thanks, huge. For me personally, I'm not in the bracket where I'm facing any Mephistos yet. Nor do I even have that in Arena, right, Darth? You like Arena?
shut up.
So
I wasn't touching them in arena anyway. God, you're number
s-
2. That makes me. I can't even sniff number 2 because there's 3 Mephistos.
yeah. So over here, I mean, I can click, but just take my word for it. I mean, there's no Mephistos in my Arena shard. So when the news broke out, it's kind of like, I don't say meh for me, but it was kind of laughable in the sense of I was catching. Well, first, Juicy kind of jumps on and talks, and I watched Juicy's battles for Cosmic Crucible, and he faced some Mephisto, and I saw him last season bring in that Cabal with Kang and Titania, and then they were knocking
Hmm.
it out. And I think Dulum probably did the same because I haven't really caught much of his videos, but I'm sure Dale probably seen something where he done the same counter. But it was just like kind of sad to see how fast Mephisto just dropped from Kang. And so then, fast forward a little bit, and then I did catch Mobile's video of his Cosmic Crucible, or maybe I was watching on Twitch stream, but I did see him do the same counter. And it's almost within that day when he did that, or the following day, is when the news broke out that they're going to buff it. And I don't know, it is kind of sad. I mean, I don't know. Did you hear anything else, Dale, on the grapevine, where people kind of laughing about that buff or mentioning anything?
Um, overall, the overall consensus is they overdid it.
Yeah,
They made him too like I think the big complaint is removing the exhaust
Exhaust.
mm,
is the big deal.
yeah. And I think they made it so big and outrageous because of the Cabal setup on how they can knock them up because of the Cabal's buffs
Hmm.
and Cosmic Crucible. So I
Can
think that's where they overdid it because they're like I feel like they're trying to protect them for that game mode.
think of
But
the season rules too. The
yeah,
season rules are buffing Masters of Evil with Cabal. So the team of King and Titania and Cabal is supposed to be the apex offensive team this season. Like it's written into the fucking rules
yeah,
that it's going to do that this season. Excuse me. You tell I'm unhappy about this situation.
yeah.
Like the
That's
the reason that it was beating it so easily is because they wrote it into the rules of this Cosmic Crucible season. Part
hmm
of it.
hmm
Like,
yeah.
and
It's right
then
there.
the people who had, and I don't know this for a fact, but this is just from my fucking cynical viewpoint of things. The Krakens who like to pay and not play so much were getting upset because they were getting beat in arena and war by people who did not have Mephistos, and it just didn't seem fair with their thousands and thousands of dollars they'd invested to have him so quickly. I don't know. He was the number one character in the game already, and they buffed him more because the Cosmic Crucible season rules were allowing another team to one-shot them. It's just stupid. It's fucking dumb. I know that you have to pander to the people that pay you the most money at some point, but at some point you have to understand there's other fucking people that play the game. Yeah. And they just seem to be pandering more and more to the highest spender and less to think about the game at all. And I understand that they're supposed to make money. I get it. I want them to make money. I spend money on the game myself. But it shouldn't fucking. It just feels like the Tears of the Krakens made a change.
Does it feel like it makes you want to be that more anxious to try to clear out DD7? Like when the news broke, did it make you feel like, damn, a little bit more anxious at all for you, Darth?
No, it wasn't going to make it. I mean, I'm already core in the fucking store looking for parts just so I could start. Like, come on, I'm running myself out of fucking gold and cores in the gold store just so I can start the thing. You can't make me any more excited about it. But yeah, again, the sooner you get it, the sooner you'll be able to compete with other guys that have it.
Yeah. Well, and I already know the patience that Dale has.
Oh, you got a bot.
Yeah, I saw that. Cheap viewers. I need cheap viewers. What the hell is that?
Get yourself some cheap viewers. We need more bots, yeah.
No,
there is no beating Mephisto in Arena. I've tried.
Yeah, I was about to ask. So, did it change? Like, so the defenses that we see more now is Man Logan. So whoever has Mephisto is keeping him on defense?
Of course.
Okay. Look. Well, Hugh, this guy rants a lot, by the way. Yeah.
Oh, shit. It just pisses me off so much, dude. Like, Mephisto was already fucking awesome. He was great.
Yeah.
And then they buffed him more because the guys that spent the most. Like I said, and I get it. You got to spend money, and those people are great. I am very thankful for those guys with Mephisto for financing the fucking game that I love to play so much. So I get to get some enjoyment from their money because they keep the company going. Is where I don't give them enough money to keep the lights on. I give them enough money to feed the fucking dogs. Yeah. So like, I want them to have toys, and I want them to have them before everybody else because they pay the money. I don't want them to be able to cry because their toys aren't. And that's the thing is it's not like Mephisto wasn't the best character in the game. I just don't. There's a point of me that it's just baffling. But of course, I don't have somebody handing me $20,000 every time I run out of Dark Dimension. So I don't know. I get it. I get pandering to people who give you money too. So I just don't. Their decisions lately have just not the best decisions between this and the
Scourge.
And the Scourge. I'm so upset about the Stargating on the Scourge. Like I said, and from somebody that's going to do well technically, because of the rules, if I get a 5 red, this is going to be the first time I've unlocked a legendary with a 5 red. Because it always done just well enough in the Scourges to get the 4 red and the 6-star unlock, but I wasn't top. I think it was top 500 at that point to get the 5 red that went with it.
Yep. All right. Well, here we go. Blog post time. So this coming week, we got the blog, The True North. And I'm just reading little Cliff Notes versions of it. So on June 1st, we got, which is already going on, Merc's Golden Bounty. All right. So that's the Mercs. What's up? You have a question?
No, we'll do it afterwards. I just want you to talk about, we started Dark Dimension 7 a couple days apart this week. I want to hear your thoughts on how it's going and what you're doing next after we do this. Though.
Yeah, we do that. Okay. All right. So Merc's Golden Bounty. That's what we're working on. Oh, look, check it out. There he is. Juicy must have heard your rant too. How bad they are at the game. All right. I keep being sidetracked looking at notes. June 3rd, we got the Battle Pass featuring custom Ghost Rider shards. Sins of the Father used to campaign energy, except ISO 8 and Incursion, plus raid with Spider Society, plus collect raid champion orb frags. You know what? And as I'm reading that, it just made me realize the next big news that we haven't talked about is about the raid, spotlight raid. We'll talk about that in a second. His Shadow Web milestone, use incursion energy and battle in raids. June 4th, we got North Star initial release. This one right here, Darth, you and I were kind of talking about it. I don't think we jumped over to Dell, but you were just kind of asking me just a general question about the purchases of it. But are you purchasing this one again? Or what was your plan?
No. You know me, I buy characters sometimes, and so I'm not going to buy North Star. I usually make the decision to not buy the best character, but it doesn't matter. It's the way the release goes. I'm not going to buy this one because he's first, and the team is not going to do anything extra for me until it's a full 5-man team. So by the time the third character that they're selling comes out, I will buy it, and when the day that I buy that, it will complete that team because I will have been able to at least unlock North Star by the time the third one comes through.
Yeah, I like that little game plan. So, all right, I just wanted you to share that out there to the universe. All right, so the X marks the X, or X marks the spot. Alpha Flight Super Showcase ties into that release date. June 7th, we got the Girl Power Quick Rumble, Blitz with A-Force, and coming out milestone. So I'm not going to read everything else unless, was this where the changes are in the Alliance War? Is this kind of where they talk about it, or is this separate?
There's a separate blog post.
Okay, so it's not on here. We'll kind of spend the second part of the show talking about war. So we're going to before we wrap up today's little, breakdown of last week and kind of looking in the horizon of next week and our plans with North Star and his team's event. I do want to jump back on one of the other things that happened last week was this whole Alliance raid thing. And, I'll let Dale kind of get his thoughts and opinions. So when this rolled out, Dale, well, I'll kind of, let me prep it up a little bit on what's funny for myself. I was thinking I was doing good as an Alliance captain. And I was thinking, like, you know what, I need to pay attention to this a little bit. I kind of manage our lanes for our team. So I'm going to get on here, do some research. Let me find somewhere there's like a map. And I can go ahead and start assigning things. And without even asking questions, I just kind of went off of instincts of, okay, I know half of our team, it feels like, is still working on Spider Society. So the ones that I feel that do have Spider Society ready, they're going to be on the outside lanes, the left and right. And then everybody else that needs help, I'll just throw them into the middle. So our lane format was 2-4-2. So I had 2 people on the outsides and then 4 up the middle. So we jump into it. And then actually y'all two, Dale, I think was the first one. You jumped in there, right? The day one and just went click, click, click. Did you sim it?
No, I fought him.
You did fight him? Okay.
But I didn't realize I was taking all the nodes.
Yeah.
I did the same thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then Dart did the same thing on his side, on the left side of things. So, but did you sim your start or did you autoplay it?
Oh, I played.
You did?
I played it for the first. Yeah, I haven't simmed any of those nodes yet.
Okay.
And actually, the next difficulty, they're pretty fun. At difficulty, at the one we're at now, it's pretty fun.
Yeah. No, I'm having some. Yeah, this one you do got to play it off right at difficulty 2. But it was just a mess. I guess what I'm getting at is it's just it was a mess as far as like people coming in wondering if people are going to get a node to claim anything and get the first time rewards and it's just bottlenecked. Like there wasn't enough nodes for the Alliance members to jump in there and kind of even participate, kind of a thing.
Right.
And then that sucked. So, and then you're just sitting on energy, right? Waiting for the 40% mark or whatever 50% mark that we ended up with, just so it can unlock the next difficulty. And then the second day, same thing, right? Difficulty 1.
And now we're at 40%. Now doing 40% is the same as doing 50%, except for we'll get more. We need to get those nodes so that we get the Alliance points so that we keep up on our thing. But it's just, yeah. Juicy said on thing. It's just a Spotlight Raids is just an offer, and he's absolutely right.
Yeah.
It's just they're pre-selling Alpha Flight. Yeah. And they're making sure that you invest in your Spider Society. But God, at this point, if you haven't invested in your Spider Society, what the fuck are you even doing? Like, do you not pay attention to what's going on in the game and what they've basically forced you to do and what's actually useful? It's the nicest thing about Spider Society is they're forcing you to build them up because you've got to use them in every event they fucking put out since they came into the game. but they're super useful in War and Crucible too. So I'm not super mad about it. They're actually they're a terrible team to face. So having to build them up isn't the worst thing.
Yeah. All right. And what did you think about the layout, Dale, on the snow and the clouds and everything? You're able to find your node? I don't even know.
Yeah, I mean it was just a mess. They removed the one lane, so it made it far less nodes for everyone.
Yeah.
It's just a mess. They massively dropped the ball on this one.
Yeah. All right. Well,
I
I'm
think
gonna.
no one understands
Yeah.
why they would release
Hey, before
this without Alpha Flight being out. It's just dumb.
yes, agreed with that. Hey, talk about DD7 before you wrap it up.
You want that on there? All right. Let's do this. So,
Hell yeah, I want that on there.
What's up? What's up? What's going on with DD7, Dark?
No, I want you. So you entered. So I want to know what 5 you entered with, and then I want to know what your plans are for City, because that's the next section, right? Like that seems like a good set of questions that a guy who's basically at the same place you are has.
Yeah, so and we could probably do some battles here. So I'm not taking it too serious with resetting anything. I think on day one I went in here. I didn't use the energy. I just because it was late at night and I knew I was going to reset overnight. So then I did. Second attack wasn't as great, but the third one went pretty good. But that's the team I'm in there with. It's Scroll, APOC, Robbie, Black Knight, and Vulture. And I threw Vulture in there just in preparation for the next, the node, which is the city node. So the way I kind of have it all sorted and planned out over here is I start tagging them with the versus button. So this is kind of like the overview here, the tunes that I'm interested in. This one I keep looking at him because it's like a toss-up between him and Lizard for city. And I don't know yet. I mean, as you can tell, the only buttons I pushed are the teal.
Yeah.
And then, so I'm kind of waiting, and I'm still just thinking. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. It looks almost if this guy's a little bit more ready. But anyway, yeah, so for my city, then we sorted down over here. Because you just talked about it. I mean, Spider Society is not it's not a waste of investments. At least in my initial opinion right now. So I was thinking about going more Spider Society, but then when I looked at them, and I didn't do it on the MSF guide.
It's just a lot of skill gear.
Yeah, they share the same. There's a lot of sharing of the same resources. So when I started noticing that, I was like, okay, I kind of started downsizing it a little bit. And then it kind of came in this way where like, okay, this is my original 5, but now there's a toss-up between the bios here, between Lizard and Peter. But this is what I'm gonna go with. I'll get the bleeds out with Firestar. I mean, and I think she's Cosmic Crucible, and also look at that way. I mean, these are like kind of Cosmic Crucible tunes that I use, and that's what I'm going with this way. I even kind of have it a little bit planned for global, but I still kind of pause a little bit there, because that's a little bit too far ahead. But of course, I mean, APOC isn't part of that.
Yeah, those two don't count.
Yeah, and neither does Logan. I was real interested of even trying to jump him in early if I could, but yeah. But anyways, it's really it's this Cabal. It's Cabal with Black Knight and Quicksilver, and I'm still leaning that way. I know some people have been doing the Extreme X-Men, or at least some of the Extreme, which is not a bad idea, but I really am liking Cabal, and it's just crazy what their events that they've been tidying onto and still focusing on them. And then if we do like a second run, imagine doing the second run of this old Man Logan and I've had him at G19 or something like that. That'd be cool.
Well, you'll have him there by the time you get to the Legendary. Like, you won't get to use him here.
Yeah, so we'll see. But yeah, that's what I'm running with.
That's a Legendary pick. So that's I like that. I like your Cabal pick.
Are you I don't know, you don't have any screenshots, but just in general, I mean, what are you doing with the city plans?
Well, I got Robbie. Robbie was one of my first 5. And so I was actually, since I started yesterday, I've started actually heavily looking at City and what I'm going to do. And I think I'm just going to bite the bullet and do the 3 new Spider Society and somebody else.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I have the gear for Pav almost right now. And Penny, I'm 1 or 2 pieces of chromium away. and I have all of their uniques basically. Um, Peter shares with Green Goblin Classic, but he's not till the Legendary section. I'm not gonna do Noir Ghost. I want to do
Really?
the 3 new ones. Yeah,
That's
I want to do the 3 new ones with Robbie.
so.
It's a lot of skill,
Yeah.
but I don't think I'm gonna. The only other skill character I think I'm planning on taking in the Dark Dimension is Black Cat. So, like I said, I want to do it right, and I want to do it where I'm super stoked with what I picked out. And if putting those guys to gear 19, and I can just tell, you can smell it right now, dude. They're tough. They're tough everywhere.
Yeah.
They're gonna be tough. They're gonna be extra tough this war season on defense. The stupid war season is built around them. So yeah, I think that's the way I want to go, and it'll take me longer. This is where you and I think, are gonna separate. I think it's gonna take me an extra month to farm the proper skill gear because they're mostly skill 19s
Yeah.
and 1 piece of bio for Peter. The rest of them, there is no
There's a
there's no
bios.
bio on Pav.
Yeah, there is.
Is there a piece of bio on Pav on the top left, or is that something else? Yeah, it says bio, but I'm talking about the gear 19 pieces.
Oh,
So like I went into them and actually checked the individual pieces. I think all the red pieces are skill.
I got you. Okay. Yeah. I mean,
Most of them are skill.
so it's kind of a split. Oh, this is two. Well, no, I like it. I mean, that's exactly. I know initially I was kind of telling you the same thing, but yeah, I'm getting impatient about it, and kind of for the reason that you just said. Yeah, just I knew it was gonna take extra time on gearing them up, and I just figured they'll be my run, the second run team. Like as far as I start updating, that's what's gonna happen on the late future out there. That's my plan. Is that they'll be the next two instead of start, gearing up to G19. All right. Well, I'm gonna stop the recording aspect of it for YouTube. So y'all take it easy, YouTubers. We'll continue chit chatting here on Twitch. And until then, catch y'all next week. All right. Bye bye.